always remember to stay in the moment. You know, as human beings, we have this tendency to overthink about the future and to be stuck in the past. We thinking about different scenarios that may happen in the future, and we get anxious about them. We start to have different emotions and feelings come up about scenarios or situations that hasn't even happened yet, or may not even happen, because we can't tell the future absolutely. We don't know what's going to absolutely happen in the future. Always prepare for the future, yes, but in order to prepare for the future, you don't have to spend too much time thinking about what's going to happen in the future. You have to still live in the now. You have to prepare right now, so when the future events come, you are ready for it. And when it comes to living in the past, the past is the past. It doesn't exist. There is no past. The past is with the past. It's gone. It happened already. There's no existence of that in your reality. It doesn't exist anymore. And even if it had an effect on who you are today, or even if it has an effect or had an effect on the outcome that you're living today, your circumstances today, you can't change anything in the past. Now, yes, we could learn from our mistakes, but the only reason why we should be looking in the past is to capitalize, to learn, to grow. And it's okay, it's cool to reminisce here and there sometimes about good times, yes, because we want the good times to last a lifetime, absolutely. But only do it when it serves you. That's the biggest thing. Is this serving me? Ask yourself that. Live in the moment. Because when you're thinking too much in the past about something that is not serving you, you're living too much in trauma, you're letting the current moment pass you by. The greatest gift is the present moment. We have this weird ability as people that when we imagine, we envision things. The imagination is powerful. Visualization is powerful. When we vision things, we visualize things, we can almost feel ourselves going through it as if it is happening in that very moment. As if whatever we are visualizing is happening in real life, in the waking world. In order for you to have the greatest experience or the best experience, or to get the best out of the experience, to get the most out of an experience, is to be fully present. Because when you're not fully present in something, when your mind is somewhere else, we live in the mind. When your mind is somewhere else, you're not really experiencing what you're doing. How many of you have ever driven somewhere that you just know, you already know how to get there, you go back and forth to this place all the time? This is a store, you know exactly how to get there, you know exactly how to get home. How many times have you driven to this place or a certain place, or driven back home from a certain place, and when you get to your destination, it's like you don't even remember the car ride. You feel like you weren't even fully there when you were driving, but you were driving. You actually got there on your own. But it's almost as if you weren't even there on the car ride. When the mind wanders off, sometimes you get lost in it. And what is right in front of you, you don't even really see. You don't even really hear. You don't even really feel. You're not experiencing it. But that is the greatest gift that we have in this life, in this world, is the present moment. So why wouldn't you want to embrace it? Why wouldn't you want to be a part of that? The more you let life pass you by, the less time you spend being in the moment, the more time you spend not being in the moment, the quicker life goes. The faster life breezes by. Sometimes you have to really take a second. Stop thinking. Take a deep breath. And only pay attention. Only be aware of what is going on around you in the very moment. What do you see around you? What do you smell? What do you hear? What do you feel? Be present. Be there. When you learn how to do this, and really this is really a form of meditation, which is extremely great, which is extremely helpful for your mental health. Some people have bad mental health because their mind is just going a million miles per hour and they have no control over it. But this is an easy form of meditation. It's just being in the moment. Learning how to stop everything and just be present. And once you become good at this, You can start practicing, or you can start becoming more aware and more present in everyday tasks. And when you are more present when it comes to a task, this is why they say you have to focus. When you're more present on a certain task, you will be more efficient at the task. Think about this. Let's say something tragic happened in your life. Let's say you're going through a breakup and you're heartbroken over it. Or you're just having relationship problems overall. Or you're having issues with family. And it's real deal issues that you gotta deal with. Is it easy to focus on whatever it is, whatever task you gotta get done? Is it easy? No, your mind is off somewhere else. And I'm not saying like, oh, you should drown or you should shove those feelings in the back of your mind or whatever. You know, you got to deal with your emotions, absolutely. But my whole point is, this is just an example of how when our mind is overtaken by something else, we are less efficient in what it is that we have to do. And hey, life happens. So there's certain things that you just gotta deal with when it falls in your hands, when it falls in your plate or it falls in your lap. You just gotta deal with it right then and there. I get that for sure. But we have to take advantage of the moments where things are kind of calm. There's not too much going on, and you just have nothing but time, or things are just smooth or just normal. Because, you know, some of us are just extremely busy regardless. Even when you're busy, if nothing too serious is not going on, nothing too tragic is not going on, shit, scratch that. No matter what the situation is, it is always beneficial to be present in what it is that you're doing. Absolutely. Some people are living in sorrow and depression because of what they think on a daily basis. It's damn near impossible to be depressed if you're truly grateful for the things that you have. But how could you ever be grateful for the things that you have if you're not even embracing it? You're not even experiencing it. You're not even there for it. How could you be grateful for it? You're not even reaping the full benefits of it. See, when you're not in the present moment, you're not actually living. How do you call that living? You're thinking, you're in the conscious. Living is being. You're not being by living in the mind, by being stuck in the past, or being anxious and overthinking about the future. You're not living that way. And of course, it's easier said than done. We all are people at the end of the day, and we have to deal with this current world that we're in. We all have responsibilities we have to deal with. But through time, it gets easier when you train that muscle in your mind. Just like when you go to the gym and you keep on training the same muscles and you do it properly, you will get stronger. If you train that part of your mind and you do it properly and you keep on trying, you keep on doing it, you keep on being consistent, you will get mentally stronger. You're never going to be younger than you are today. Really think about that. Let that soak in. Let that seep in. You're never going to be younger than you are right here, right now, in this very moment. Every second you're getting a little bit older. This life ain't forever. You won't be young forever. And even if you are quote unquote old, see, this is why a lot of old people, they're either really bitter or they really appreciate life. Because eventually you're going to fall on one side of the spectrum. One of those energies are going to overtake. Something's got to give. And understand this, the biggest benefit about making that part of your brain, that part of your mind stronger, by working out that muscle in your mind to be stronger, to be present in the moment, is that everything will start to become a lot more meaningful. Everything in your life will start to become a lot more significant, and you will learn. It will be easier for you to be more grateful, which will attract bigger blessings in the future. And when you do this more, you will start to become more self-aware of your tendencies and your own emotions and your triggers. And doing this will make you more emotionally intelligent. It's only gonna lead to more positivity in your life. So stop robbing yourself of the greatest gift, which is the now.